JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone, and welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 8th of June 2022, so welcome everyone, welcome to this Wednesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFDbrokers.com website, and specifically the market news and analysis page, which is updated on a daily basis. So yeah, I believe guys you can find something useful around here. Now then, guys, jumping into the charts, the first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225. So continues to the index continues to push higher, slowly grinding to the upside, and we are approaching that target, the one that I was talking about, the 28,339 level, marked by the highest point of March. So yeah, so at the moment I'm still aiming just for that. If we do overcome it, okay, that's good, but I'll reevaluate things after that. But at the moment, like I said, I'm just targeting this level, and yeah, let's see if this decides to reverse somehow to the downside. For me to start getting maybe more comfortable with lower levels would be somewhere on a break of this downside line, this of course initially this upside line and then this downside line, and at the same time we would be already placed below the 200-day EMA, and this is where more sellers could join in. Anything up until this upside line or this 200-day EMA will be considered by me as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. Shanghai Composite. So this one is unlike Nikkei. This one is trading a little bit on the red front, if we can say it this way. It did overcome this downside line. I spoke about this line. We did overshoot it today. But as you can see here, the sellers are bringing the index back below this line. So that's why I was talking when I was talking about this one yesterday. I was saying that for me to get a little bit more comfortable with the upside, I would actually prefer to see a push above this highlighted area, which is roughly between the 32,080 and 3,280 and the 3,290 levels. So if we do clear this one and stay above this area, then yeah, I'll go for the upside. Here I will let's say if we do break this downside line and stay above it, but we're still below this highlighted territory, I will remain cautiously bullish, because again it's a very tricky spot here. So let's go slowly on this one. Let's not rush into anything. However, if this downside line continues somehow to provide resistance, well, we might see a bit of a retracement here. However, I would prefer to see a break of this upside line first, before, let's say, starting slowly to examine the downside. But even then, we would need to see maybe somewhere a drop below this 3,160 territory just to get a little bit more on the safe side. The German index DAX. So yeah, this one retraced yesterday. It did stay, and well, it did move back down and stayed below the 14,600 territory. In a way, it almost actually stayed at the same level where it opened yesterday. So yeah, we did drift lower initially. We tested the 100-day EMA found good support and then rebounded. Now, taking a look at the cash index right now, we will see that yes, we are trying to climb higher. We're again testing this now what it's seen as an important level, this 14,600 area, and if we manage to climb nicely and stay above it, climb above it and, yeah, and stay above it. So yep, and then I will get a little bit more excited with the upside. I will aim for that 200-day EMA again, but maybe this time we could actually break it, and you know, we could actually maybe stay above it. So yeah, a lot of things to consider here. For now, I am keeping a close eye on this 14,925 territory, marked by the high of the 29th of March, or in other words, the highest point of March, and then yeah, we'll just take it from there. But at the moment, the most important thing is that we are flirting again with this 14,600 territory. Let's see if we can climb above it. Now, I mentioned yesterday Nasdaq composite, and I talked about this little idea here, where I said that maybe this could be seen as a as a reversal, and well, initially it looked like one of those moments that we could consider that, but as you can see here, I said to you yesterday that I would still prefer to see a drop below this 11,900 territory, and then kind of maybe go for some lower levels. We got a test of this area, we rebounded from this area, and look at this, we traveled higher. So at the moment I would say we can get rid of this whole idea and just purely focus on the little range that is currently getting formed. Let me just remove all these lines. So yeah, as you can see here clearly, we need to see a clear break through one of these levels before, let's say, considering the next short-term directional move. So if we do push through this 12,320 territory, then yeah, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside, maybe even aiming for that 100-day EMA. With the downside, I would like to see a drop below this 11,900 territory, and then yeah, we could go for some lower levels. Now jumping into Dow Jones Industrial Average, guys. So yeah, similar story, the same kind of thing happening here. We rebounded from this area right here, this 32,689 level. I spoke about that, and we rebounded also from that, the area around that 21-day EMA. So yeah, so yesterday, as you can see, the bulls enjoyed the moment, and we saw the index pushing higher. Currently the cash index is sitting still within this little range here. So in order for me to let's say consider the upside, I would still like to see a push above this 33,240 level right here. Also, of course, I would like to see the index staying above it, and then yeah, we could then target the 100-day EMA, or even maybe the 200-day EMA. At the moment, yep, just observing this one. could be quite interesting, but again, let's see which way. Let's see which way this is going to play out, or like break out to. DXY, the dollar index. So yeah, yesterday it pushed higher, and look at this, guys. I mean, yesterday we climbed above this 102.65 territory, and this is one of those moments where I keep on saying that if we get a breakout, wait for it and wait and see if we're gonna stay above it. Well, so far it seems that we are struggling to stay above this hurdle. Okay, I'm not saying that this is this is the end for the bulls here, no, but still, if we want to get a little bit more excited with the upside, I would actually prefer to get another move above this 102.65 territory, and I would like to see the price staying above this hurdle. At the moment, we're resting just slightly above the 21-day EMA for the downside on this one. Now this is where I will adjust a few of my levels here. For the downside, I would probably stick to somewhere around here, to this 102.22 territory, and this marks the inside swing high of the 3rd of June. It's near yesterday's low. As you can see, yesterday it failed to break below this, so yep, that's why I'm gonna keep an eye on this little hurdle. If we do drop below it and stay below it, then I'll target this upside support line taken from the low of the 10th of February, which I was mentioning previously, and yep, maybe then we could see that full kind of, you know, corrective move to the downside towards this upside line. I need to get rid of this downside line, no longer needed, just to unclutter the chart. And yeah, so for now, it's also a bit of a waiting game here, but let's see if we can, you know, if it'll give us any fruit after that. Gold, guys, gold, beautiful rebound from this upside line. So yesterday I said to you guys that if we stay below this upside line, then yes, we were breaking at the time when I was talking about gold, we were breaking this upside line, and I said that if we stay below it, then yeah, we could consider a bit of a move here to the downside, initially towards that 1828 zone, or maybe even lower. But as you can see, it climbed back up, it pushed back to this 200-day EMA. And now my question here is, can we actually see a push above that this 200-day EMA, or even better, this 1858 level? So I mentioned this before. If we do push above it, then of course I'm not saying that this is going to become very, very positive or something like that. No, but still it would be kind of half the way, because in general, what I'm considering here is maybe to see this this little pattern as a possible ascending triangle, and according to all the T rules, these tend to break to the upside. So if that's the case here, then I would still need to see a push above that 1870 territory, just to be a little bit more on the safe side, because this is the upper side of that potential kind of ascending triangle pattern, and if we do clear it, then yes, I'll go for the upside. Now jumping into WTI Oil, so look at this, guys. I mean, it pushed back up here, and I said to you previously that I'm going to keep an eye on this 114.79 territory, but first, in order to aim for that level, I needed to see a good drop, and the price staying below this 117.64. We got the drop, a little drop here, but I would say even a false little breakout, and we reversed it back to the upside. Of course, this doesn't really, you know, give a reassurance for the sellers, but also for the bulls, it's a bit of a tricky one here, because we are near this upper side of the rising channel pattern. So if you're looking for some higher levels on this one, then actually let me reuse this arrow, it'll be much easier. So if you're looking for some upside, that's what the break I need. I need to see a push above this current highest point of June, near the 120.96 level. If we do climb above it, then yes, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside, because the forthcoming higher high will be confirmed. Ethereum here is still fooling around with this 1700 level. So I've mentioned this before, so the same analysis remains valid. So yep, guys, I mean, I need to see a break of this 1700 level, and then yeah, we could aim for lower levels. Then of course I do have this 15,900 1,595 level, which is, by the way, the highest point of that 2018 rally. And yep, if we do clear that, then slowly we could start aiming maybe for that 12,000. What am I saying? 1,295 level, and then yep, so on and so on. But again, at the moment, guys, let's wait and see. We need that confirmation break first. We need to see not only just a break, we would like to see the rate staying below it as well. Then, yes, we could get a little bit more excited with further declines. AUDJPY, so yeah, this one's quite interesting, because look at the massive, beautiful rally here we had after we broke this downside line. So basically, I think that we can reuse this downside line and put it around here. So this is going to be probably a little bit more accurate. And yeah, if we somehow manage to drop back below this 95.74 territory, which is the highest point of April, we're currently sitting above it, of course, as you can see, but if we somehow manage to drop and stay below this, then maybe we could see a bit of a retracement here. So probably some of you who are trading this pair are already hoping for one, but again, don't rush into anything, guys. At the moment, yep, it's sitting above this highest point of April. If it continues to sit there, then well, we could go for for some higher levels. USDJPY, now this one's also on fire, and look at this, it's just a straight move higher. Again, I cannot stop mentioning that when I previously talked about this falling wedge pattern, it perfectly worked out. Just look at this textbook perfection. I mean, it just pushed nicely to the upside, cleared my obstacle here, this 131.35 level, and continues to push further north. Now, what I'm targeting here next is this 133.82 level. However, of course, let's see how DXY is going to perform, because if this one suddenly, let's say, drops, then maybe we could see a bit of a retracement here on USDJPY. However, don't rush into anything yet, guys. For now, let's go slowly here to the upside, and then yeah, we'll just kind of take it from there. If we do fall back below this 131.25 territory, now that's where maybe the sellers could get a little bit more excited with, you know, with further action. USDCAD, guys, boom, there we go, mission accomplished. USDCAD, well, I kept on talking about this idea to see a test of this upside line. There we go. Patience is key in this one, and yep, we got a nice test. We got a rebound today already, a little one, but again, the question is, can we see a further decline? So let me just reuse this arrow. I think something like this has to be drawn here. So yeah, this is the little area that I'm watching right now. So if we do break below this upside line and we fall below this 1.2522 territory, somewhere around here, then my next target is the 1.246550 territory, around there, guys. If we do rebound from this upside line, of course, there could be an interest here to maybe start aiming higher, but I think that it would be a little bit easier if we just bear with me one moment. If we draw something like this here, if we draw this downside line taken from the high of the 12th of May, if we clear it and then we push above this barrier,